Welcome back. I'm Lisa Berberette, the Pumpkin Lady. In this series of YouTube videos, we have been talking about the basics of pumpkin carving. Now, in our first 3 videos, we talked about how to pick out the perfect pumpkin, how to apply the pattern, degooing the pumpkin, and of course now, the most fun part, the one that all the kids are excited about getting to, is carving the actual pumpkin. Now, as I said in an earlier video, when it comes to pumpkin carving, the one thing you don't want are knives. Please don't use them. Every year, people go to the hospital with horrible injuries, and in order to have a happy Halloween, we have to have a safe one. So put the knives back in the drawer. Instead, for a couple of dollars, go to the store and get one of those little carving kits that come with saws. Now, sometimes they come with a couple of different sizes of saws. I'm doing a really simple design, so I'm just going to use the larger one. If you have younger children, please make sure that you do this with them. Pumpkin carving is supposed to be a family or friend activity. Don't let them do this on their own. And the younger the child, you want a much bigger saw than this is. This one's really tiny. Here's a little secret. This is what I use to create portrait patterns with, because it gives you a lot of detail, more detail than you'll ever be able to get with a knife. And if you want to have a younger child carving with you, they'll make these saws a lot thicker, a little bit stronger, because let's face it, I do get emails complaining about these saws because they can break. Alright, they're like $2 or $3. They're really, really inexpensively made. They are what they are. So get a couple of them. Realize that you're going to be practicing and wanting to carve the pumpkins. Trust me, in about 10 years, I think I've only broken one of these. And here's the tip to remember. Pumpkins don't give. When you go to put the saw into the pumpkin, go straight in, but don't try to twist and turn. That's what's going to break the saw or bend it and snap it. I'm carving out the eye of our little jack-o'-lantern face. And what you need to do is, when you want to turn it, saw maybe a little bit faster and continue to gently turn it in the direction you want to go. And look, it popped right out. Didn't break, didn't snap, and it's easier than you can imagine. Just remember, that is the #1 tip. Saw a little faster when you want to go around the curves. Don't stop, don't twist, whatever you do, because like I said, they're really inexpensive. They're going to break on you. But this way, they're not going to break. They're going to last. I've actually had some that I use from year to year. And it's a very quick and simple way to carve your pumpkin the safe way. Because trust me, you'll notice I'll have all my fingers intact when I'm done. Now here's something to remember as well. Now I've got a little pumpkin here with a very easy design. When you have a more intricate design, you're always going to want to start in the center part and kind of work your way out, section by section, carving each piece of the pumpkin. The reason why is, you'll notice if I go to carve out the smile, my hand is resting on a section that I've already carved out. If it's really detailed and has some thin lines, my hand is going to break right through that carving area, because sometimes we don't realize how much pressure we put on there as we're carving. So you always want to start in the center, work your way out. If you don't really have a centermost spot, let's say more of the design is centered over on maybe the bottom side or up at the top, start with the most intricate area first and continue to work your way out. Now I'm going to be carving this jack-o'-lantern smile, and it's kind of a large section. One thing I'm not going to do is carve the whole thing out as one piece. Normally when you do that, because the pumpkin can be thicker in some places than others, it gets stuck, and then the kids try to rip out this giant piece of pumpkin and the whole design breaks, and then there's lots of heartache and tears, and we always want to avoid that. So as I'm carving it through, I'm just going to carve out maybe a smaller section, maybe several smaller sections at one time. Now if you notice, I can't push this one through, so sometimes you can put your hand inside and pop it out of the pumpkin. A little bit easier to do, and if you notice, it's all staying intact, nothing's breaking on me, because I'm carving it out as several different little tiny sections. I carved one side out, now I'm carving out the middle. I'm going to have to poke that through so you can see it popped right out. And now I'm just going to do this last part of the smile, and I believe am all done. There we go. Once again, popped it right out for you. And now we have a little jack-o'-lantern smile. And if there's any crooked edges, this is a great time to take your saw and you can trim that right up, and you will have the perfect pumpkin carving for you. I'm Lisa Berberette, the Pumpkin Lady. If you would like to get this pumpkin design that you see, please visit me at www.pumpkinlady.com for this design as well as 100 more. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. You might see it in the next YouTube video. Happy carving!